Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome back to the deep dive. Our mission, as always, is to take really complex, rewarding source material and just distill it down for you.
We want to give you those critical, actionable nuggets of insight. Basically, a shortcut to being truly well-informed.
And today, we are diving into a system that's designed to help you navigate, well, all the constant change and complexity out there.
Right, whether you're leading a team at work or, just trying to lead a more purposeful life for yourself. We've been studying the source material around the book Awakening the Compass, Leadership and Self-Mastery through Ancient Wisdom and Modern Practice.
This is such a fascinating source. It's not some dry textbook. It's actually a modern fable. It's written by Kang.
And its background is so important here.
Oh, it's vital. We're talking about someone with over 30 years of high-stakes experience in the semiconductor industry. I mean, talk about demanding.
Exactly. And on top of that, years as a people-centered leadership coach. So this isn't just some abstract philosophy. It's wisdom that's been, proven under serious pressure.
That background is the whole reason this deep dive matters so much. You, our listener, you need rapid knowledge, yes, but you also need systems that are proven to work.
And our sources, the book synopsis, the table of contents, the preface, they all reveal this framework that's designed for concrete improvements.
And not just anywhere, in 4 really critical areas. We're talking financial performance and revenue, robust relationships, and team culture.
A resilient mindset, and finally, execution, accountability, and forming good habits.
So our mission today is pretty clear. We're going to understand how this fable integrates thousands of years of Eastern philosophy into what the author calls the compass of cultivation.
And we want to show you exactly why this guide is positioned as really essential reading for modern executives and, honestly, anyone seeking that sustainable self-actualization.
It promises stability in the middle of all this volatility.
And that promise, that steady center, that's the ultimate competitive advantage. It lets you move with intention instead of just reacting out of panic.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The foundation of the book, which is built on this timeless fable. It's in the tradition of those inspirational allegories, but there's a highly structured philosophical framework embedded right inside it.
And that narrative structure is so key to making it memorable. The setting is a place called Wuxi, that's written A, and it translates to the stone of no form.
So what is Wuxi?
It's this silent, moonlit stone. And it's where 8 different seeds gather. Each one is full of potential, and, well, naturally, each one is boasting about its own singular greatness.
Ah, I see. So it's this opening scenario, this competition between the seeds that sets the stage for the book's synthesis.
Exactly. We see this integration of the core tenets of 3 distinct, monumental Eastern traditions, all guided by 4 ancient stones. It's a masterclass in weaving these philosophical threads together.
What's so fascinating is how the author manages the potential friction between these traditions.
Well, first you have Buddhism. It provides the foundation for self-awareness, with a big emphasis on mindfulness and the law of karma. The idea that the seeds themselves embody future consequences.
Right. Every choice you make today is a seed you plant for tomorrow's reality. That's fundamental to any kind of long-term strategy, especially financial. But then you layer in Taoism.
And Taoism focuses on flow, on unfolding through the Tao. It's about following natural rhythms, this idea of non-striving.
Which, for a high-achieving leader, might sound a little contradictory to setting goals, right?
It can. How do you reconcile that active effort with the Taoist idea of effortless action? The answer comes from the third tradition, Confucianism, which grounds the whole practice in virtue and ethical conduct.
And the synthesis works because it's all framed through this really practical metaphor of the seed. The preface gives us the core insight. A seed can't become anything it wishes. It can only become what it already contains.
And that is such a profound yet simple realization. I mean, a corn seed can't become a redwood tree no matter how much you water it.
So applied to leadership.
It means sustainable success doesn't come from chasing external secrets or forcing yourself into a role that just doesn't fit. It comes from cultivating the authentic potential, the inherent strengths that are already within you and your organization.
So if you're an executive looking for sustainable growth, this completely shifts your focus. You stop chasing every new trend and start identifying and nurturing the inherent blueprint of your team, your own character.
And that clarity directly impacts long-term revenue and stability. It's the difference between trying to be someone else and becoming the strongest version of yourself.
Okay, let's move from that metaphor to the actionable core of the book. The 8 seeds, They move past their boasting, and they're guided by these four ancient stones to form the compass of cultivation.
This is the living, actionable map the book provides. It's a way to visualize and practice 8 essential virtues, not as competing ideals, but as unified directions on one single path.
It's a framework you can access, especially in moments of high stress.
No, that's the whole point. It's memorable.
So let's spend some serious time on these directions. This is the heart of the actionable insight here.
Agreed. Let's start in the Northwest. That's the sign of the Bodhi tree, which teaches mindful presence. This is the root of all clarity, the ability to be still while the world is spinning around you.
Okay, so in an industry like semiconductors, which Oi Chongkang knows inside and out, crisis is just normal. Supply chain failures, tech shifts, market volatility. Why is mindful presence so crucial there?
Because without it, you fall into analysis paralysis, or you just make reactive, panicked decisions. Mindful presence is the mechanism to filter priority signals from all the noise.
It lets you hold the data without judgment.
Exactly. It prevents that emotional breakdown that so often comes with high-stakes executive decisions. This directly improves your quality of execution under pressure.
Okay. Now, moving to the Southwest, we find the ginkgo. This one embodies practical wisdom.
And this isn't just about being smart, it's discernment. Practical wisdom is the ability to choose the enduring path over the expedient one.
I think we've all seen organizations that chase short-term profit.
Oh, constantly. Cutting corners, sacrificing quality for quarterly gains, only to collapse later. The ginkgo helps you see the difference between a fleeting trend and strategic longevity. That's foundational for consistent revenue.
And then there's the human element. Let's go south to the lotus, which reveals compassionate benevolence.
This is the emotional core, the devotion that can rise through hardship unstained. In any organizational culture, this is the bedrock of trust.
When your team knows your leadership is rooted in actual care, not just profit metrics.
Yes, you build loyalty. You improve internal relationships, psychological safety. It's huge.
And linking that intent to action, in the West, we have the maple, which demonstrates moral integrity.
Moral integrity is absolutely non-negotiable. It isn't a soft skill. It's the backbone that prevents catastrophic risks. In industries with complex IP and global ethics, the clarity that guides right action can be the difference between success and regulatory disaster.
Which is a direct input into the financial health of the company.
A direct input.
So we've covered 4 critical directions, but the compass offers a complete practice. What about the other seeds? What do they teach the lifelong learner?
They really fill out the self-mastery aspect. So in the Southeast, you have the Touch Me Not, which celebrates lifelong learning, that humility and curiosity to keep adapting.
You stop thinking you have all the answers.
You start asking better questions. Then in the East, the sunflower illuminates contentment and simplicity.
That's a powerful lesson in a culture obsessed with more.
It really is. Contentment isn't stagnation. It's recognizing that vitality comes from simplicity and focus. It combats that destructive cycle of always comparing so leaders can focus their energy. It bolsters their mindset.
Next up, the Northeast. The bamboo.
The virtue of harmonious relationship. Bamboo bends, but it doesn't break. It's about resilience found in connection, in bending together. It makes the entire culture resilient, not brittle.
And finally, in the North, the fern. It embodies humility and non-self.
This might be the hardest one for a successful executive. It's the strength found in the unseen. True humility is recognizing that success is often rooted in things beyond your own ego, the systems, the team, the flow of the Tao.
Letting go of the need for constant credit.
Which, paradoxically, often makes you a more effective and respected leader.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture for you, the learner, this isn't just a list of nice ideas. It's a toolkit for cultivating an effective mindset and strengthening your internal culture.
Absolutely. The beauty is that it moves from the abstract right into the practical.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for anyone who's serious about improving their performance. The actionability. This book promises to be way more than an allegory. It's an explicit practice guide.
Yeah, Woi Chong-kung, drawing on all that coaching experience, he structured this book so that the wisdom is immediately grounded in daily life. It directly addresses execution, accountability, and habit formation.
That's right. I mean, if you look at the structure, each chapter doesn't just end with the parable. It concludes with these specific integrated learning tools.
The reflective pause, a structured, practical exercise, and very targeted journal prompts.
So you don't just read about moral integrity, you actually start exercising it.
And that systematic approach continues right into the appendices. This is so critical for turning philosophy into repeatable habits. The book provides explicit guidance like mantras and affirmations by seed,
Which helps with mindset anchoring.
for sure. And the Daily Compass practice template for structured reflection, and maybe most importantly, the foundational 30-day Compass cultivation plan.
That 30-day plan is the engine of change here. It turns abstract virtues into concrete, measurable habits. For any leader, this framework provides the discipline you need to implement real change.
And this brings us right back to the Silent Center, Wuxi, the stone of no form. The ultimate lesson is that while the seeds, the virtues represent action, tree leadership and peace begin from that empty, steady center that's capable of holding all 8 directions at once.
It's that constant discipline of centering yourself that allows you to deploy mindful presence in a high-stakes decision, or activate compassionate benevolence when you're leading a struggling team.
The cultivation of the self directly impacts the cultivation of the organization.
So what does this all mean for you, the learner? This deep dive shows that Awakening the Compass by Wei Cheng Kung is a profound yet intensely practical path forward.
I mean, for anyone feeling overwhelmed or just seeking a more purposeful, balanced way to live and lead, this framework offers a gentle but rigorous guide.
It's a phenomenal synthesis of ancient wisdom, filtered through the real-world crucible of high-level industrial leadership.
Right, by Wei Cheng Kung. It proves that this timeless philosophy, drawing on Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, it's maybe the most reliable tool we have for tackling today's complexity, across revenue, culture, relationships, all of it.
And for those of you ready to activate your own compass of cultivation, ready to integrate the mindful presence of the Bodhi tree or the moral integrity of the maple into your daily routine, the book is available right now.
That's Awakening the Compass. Leadership and Self-Mastery Through Ancient Wisdom and Modern Practice by Wei Cheng Kung. It's available as an ebook.
You can purchase this comprehensive guide for self-mastery and leadership development in the Amazon Kindle store and the Google Play Store.
It is ready to be downloaded and integrated into your own personal 30-day cultivation plan today.
Take that wisdom and put it to practice.
So this all raises a really important question, one that builds on the fundamental premise of the book. If a seed can't become anything it wishes, but only what it already contains, what is the blueprint of potential that you are currently neglecting? And which specific direction on the compass? Which virtue do you need to nurture today to ensure its full expression? That's something to take away and mull over.